mean, I'm in the bed. I tell her, bitch, don't touch me, but the team, I'm about to cop a 10. Talk to pig. Feeling like an astronaut. Started from the bottom, baby. Now look at me at the top. That bass go boom, 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 boom. Coming out the block. That 808, boom, 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 boom. Feel the aftershock. It's feeling like an earthquake. My pocket got the smurf face. I'm blue face, honey, bitch. I want them in the worst.
Tell a bitch, don't touch me. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 163. As you can tell, we're starting at a bit of an odd time. This is an odd starting time for us here at the two Dum Yinzers. It is 11:15, I'm sorry. And usually we're on at 11 o'clock. We had a little technical difficulties. However, I believe that Mike got it all taken care of. And here we are. We're here with you. We scratched and clawed and fought and gouged eyes to be here with you.
Yes, we did. It's such a joyous day today. Today is a great day, and it's
a great day. However, let me get back to that, Mike. Let me just say a couple things before we get to that.
Okay.
Because this deserves a lot of attention. I know where you're going. However, just getting in the Halloween spirit of things, I seen Mike. Now that the Halloween times came around again, and these houses every year that you see, it's like if you could stay in this haunted house all night long, you could. Like the one that I recently saw was in Tennessee, and you could get awarded up to $20,000 if you stay in this house. There is nothing short of them actually killing me, putting me in a body bag, and making me leave. It would stop me from staying there all night to win $20,000. Nothing. Think about it. Think about it for 1 second. It doesn't matter how scary. It doesn't. All you got to do is just fucking stay there. What are they going to do? You know what I mean?
Some of these places I read about, they will try their hardest to get you out, and that you have to sign like the waivers and everything, and they'll make like the fine print, like you can't touch the performers, and they'll have to where like a performer will graze by you, and like, oh, you touched them, so technically, hey, we have to disqualify you for that. But some of them are they're really hardcore. They're like, hey, if you can make it, we'll gladly give you the money because no one can.
Yeah, right.
I would love to try one of those out. Nothing's going to happen to you. But then that little thought creeps in the back of your mind of like, I've seen the Hostel franchise. I know what can happen. I've seen Saw. I've seen scary movies.
I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine, Mike. I can't imagine. And I mean, like, this is supposed to be like the legit haunted house, not like the haunted trails where people dress up and try to scare you and whatnot. This is like supposed to be a haunted mansion in Tennessee. And if you could go, I mean, you'd think there'd be people from coming out of the woodworks to try to get awarded $20,000.
Yeah, they need it down there. Here we go. Let's make fun of our listeners living in a poor state. I mean, come on, the state is poor. I'm poor. So I'm poor, so I can say it. I can say an entire state's poor because I'm poor.
There you go. That is like a loophole.
Yes, it is. Like oh god, it reminds me of a quote from the Golden Girls. Sophia's just like, we were so poor growing up, we was po. We couldn't afford the OR. I'm like, tell a girl, I feel you.
Who said that, Rose?
Sophia. Yeah, Sophia. She's the greatest. I loved her. Oh, she was nuts. She was the best. She was my girl. She was my golden girl.
Oh,
yeah.
I had I'm not going to get into them just yet. We'll do the emails a little bit later. But we must have had an impact yesterday because the very first email I seen when I opened it up was had the word cunt in it. So
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. We're rubbing off. We're we're making things happen. So we will get to that.
we are spreading awareness throughout the valley, throughout America.
It's
America. Fuck yeah.
Also, we need a system here, Mike.
Oh God.
We just need something in place. If somebody is it on the comments or somebody is writing, I don't know when to. We'll figure that out after the show. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah. Focus. Like when I'm talking to my kid. Look at me.
So, episode 163. Did you enjoy Taco Day? Did you eat tacos yesterday for Taco Day?
I did have tacos for Taco Tuesday, and they were so good.
Yeah.
I had 3 of them. 3 big tacos. Technically burritos. That's the way I made them. Oh, they were so good.
Right. Now I happen to know a little something about you. When you make tacos, you buy the biggest shells I've ever seen in my life. I've had tacos that you've made before, and these shells are fucking bed sheets. And I didn't really think nothing of it until I made my taco the one day, and I'm eating it, and I'm thinking there is just so much shell. It's all rolled over and rolled over again, and I thought, where do you find the shells at the size that you get them? I've never seen them that big.
They're just the 8-pack of the tortilla. The tortilla shell. They're the bigger ones. Because if you get the small ones, you can't. Because you have to put the meat in. You have to put the refried beans, and then the cheese, sour cream, sauce. The taco sauce, tomatoes, lettuce. You put them on one of those little shells, man. It just breaks apart. So you need the big one to be able to get the nice fold and the roll. But the downside is though if you don't make but that's the downside if you don't pack it in, you get a lot of the I noticed that on that it happened to me last night because I bought them again and I was like, this time I didn't make them that big, so I had that extra at the end.
Yeah,
but
I was just curious. I've noticed that, and I've never brought it up until yesterday when I thought about Taco Day. I thought, you know what, I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
And here's another thing.
Those small tortilla soft shell ones, they're too small. You got to make it's like getting like the $1 or getting like the 99-cent taco from Taco Bell. There's like barely anything in it.
You could, and if there's ever any problems, you could certainly use it as a baby's diaper if need be. You could, I mean, these are the biggest fucking shells I've ever seen. I don't even know where you get shells like that. Mikey Big Shells over there, everybody.
It's gonna be my new name, Mikey Big Shells.
Nobody deserves that name more than you do. You go all Mexican on it, man. You just like I said, you go get the biggest possible shells that they make in Mexico, I think, and
you are just a hater.
They're
that's all you are, is a hater. They are so good, and I don't appreciate the hate, man. You're just being a hater. I hate you.
So Mike start talking. Mike started talking about something big. There was a big event that happened yesterday, and it's something that we've all been waiting on. We've all been expecting it. We all have just been waiting for this day. It was inevitable. Really
yes,
was.
It was, and it was. Everyone knew it was going to happen,
and it's not a good thing. It's something that we look forward to. It's nothing to get excited about. However, every year it seems to be a reoccurring theme, especially for the past 2 years. I know that for sure.
Yes, it has, and that glorious event, was a glorious event. Pirates lose their 100th game. 100
games, everybody. They hit the century mark once again. There you have it. There you have it, everybody. In front of an empty stadium, the Pittsburgh Pirates dropped the second to last game of the season, 8-7 to the St. Louis Cardinals. So the Pirates are 61-100 with 1 game left. Game 162 is today. 4:05 against the Cardinals. We go home, start getting ready for off season. Cardinals go on to the playoffs. They win the division. But I did want to talk about the game a little bit last night, Mike. It was actually a really good game. Excuse me. The Pirates, they were up 7-3. They went up 7-3, and I thought, oh shit, He might not get 100. It might be 63 and 99. But the Cardinals started coming back. They started coming back. They had a big inning, scored a whole shitload of runs. And bottom of the ninth inning was 8-7 St. Louis. 8-7. Pirates get a runner on second. They get out.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other things happen. And it comes down to the great white hope. The great white dope in the Pittsburgh Pirate organization comes up to bat.
That's your buddy.
The big white dope. And he and he grounds out Mike. Brian Reynolds, I'm talking about, of course. Brian Reynolds, my favorite Pirate. He grounds out to seal the deal to give the Pirates 100 losses. It couldn't have been a better guy. You know what? I'm more excited about that than anything. The fact that it was him that caused the 27th out in the game that gave the Pirates their 100th loss. Brian Reynolds, everybody. Great season.
You know, he's the best bucko I've seen since Barry Bonds. You know, he is that damn. You know, this guy's trash. Get him out of here. Yeah, he had like close to 30 home runs, but he's not a big game player. Just get rid. Let him go. Let him go. Trade him. He's terrible. You know.
There was also another play, Mike. It was inconsistent from what I seen the rest of the season, or the amount of time that he was there. O'Neal Cruz, he kind of gets this ground ball, and it took him over behind second base, and he bobbled it. So he decided to just get it, whip it.
Yeah.
Holy shit! It was about 10 miles above the first baseman's head. And,
yeah,
but you know what? Those poor fans had to be shitting themselves because the fact that it was late to begin with, he throws hard and fast to begin with.
Yeah.
And then it was late, so he hurried his throw. Those poor fans had to be shitting themselves seeing that ball.
Oh yeah,
because there's no netting right there. It's
Nope.
above the dugout, you know. And
yeah,
that was the first thing that came to my head. I thought, "Fuck, I'm glad I'm not sitting right there."
I'm just surprised, like you know, I want to know the stat track speed of that throw because apparently that's all that matters when it comes to O'Neal Cruz. Is what you know. What are the how hard did he hit the ball? How fast did he make that throw? Nothing else matters. And, you know, except when his batting average started to go up, then they started talking more and more about him.
Right.
I'm not shitting on O'Neal Cruz. I think he's going to be a tremendous player for the Yankees one day. I just wish he would be a tremendous player for the Buccos and get it figured out. But I just love coming into the season. Everyone's like, "Oh, there's no way they're going to lose 100 games. Yeah, it's a rebuild year, but this team's they're got it. They're going to be in contention, or they're not going to have a losing record. They're definitely not going to lose 100." And remember, they had that little stretch where they beat a couple good teams. Like, oh yeah, look at this. Buccos are coming around. We're going to be the new team in Pittsburgh, the hot team. They still lost 100 games. Then the narrative for the media and the fans and the bloggers and the podcast people for the Buccos switch to, just wait till next year. Just wait till next year.
Well, here's the thing, Mike.
That's all there is for the Pirates is next year.
The big theme in Pittsburgh is try for 500. If you're a Pirates fan, 500 is a successful season for whatever reason. Yep. So let me put it to you this way. 100 losses in the last two seasons. I'm going to just call it 60 to make it easy. 120 wins, 200 losses. You're 80 games. 80 games below 500 the past two seasons. This is what we're supposed to become. You know, this is the standard. Like I said, the 500 thing is a big thing in BNC Park. 80 games below 500. This is a terrible sports franchise. Possibly the worst out there.
Yeah, they are. They have to be one of the worst out of the major four. Yeah, I'd have to say they are the worst run team, and it's just, you know, people are going to say, "Oh, well, look at the Astros. The Houston Astros lost all these games, and then they went on to, you know, to win the World Series a couple years later. They had their whole rebuild process." Yeah, because they actually had a good minor league system. They had, you know, a good plan in place, and they were willing to spend money to make it happen. And they were also willing to cheat once they got to the end. But, you know, they were willing to go out and get players. They, you know, bring in They traded for Cole. And then they turned him around. They made like Buccos had Cole, and he couldn't do anything here. Immediately, he goes to a new team, and he just starts pitching lights out. So, like, it's the organization. This team is until they get a total top to bottom.
Get bad when you come here.
Yeah, and when you leave, you turn into you're a god. It's just comical. I love it. It makes me laugh, and the Buccos.
We're 15 minutes in the show. We're still talking about these guys. I want to fucking dry heat. Let me talk about something else. Like, happy 57th birthday to the captain, Mario Lemieux today. Happy birthday, sir. 5'7". Young man. Holy shit. You never realize, you know what I mean? Until you sit back and you really see their age. I mean, you think what your age is, think what my age is, and then think of him. I mean, you know, he's not that old, man. He's a pretty young guy.
He is. And, oh, man. They were showing I've been watching some of the highlights on Twitter. People have been posting from him. Like, you just don't see that a big guy that skate that smooth and graceful as he did early in his early in his career. He was a beast, man. And you can just, I wish hockey was played like that again. Wide open, skill up and down the ice. Oh, happy birthday, Mario Lemieux.
Yes, happy birthday, big dog. Hey, you know we got you, man. I don't know what's going over there at the PNC Park, but we always have our hockey team. They always put a competitive team out there, even if they're not competitive, competing for a championship. The team is always competitive, and they always come out and play their best. Yeah, you gotta love that.
They spend all the money that they can.
Yeah,
to try and win. Same with the Steelers.
Like normal sports teams,
Yeah, like they haven't had the success in the past couple of years they like. It's been about 5 years since they won a playoff series. But damn it, they put the best team together that they can, and they spend money when they need to, which is what you're supposed to if you own a sports franchise.
Mario saves the team. They wanted to move the team. This team is a team that puts forth the effort. They deserve your attention. If you love sports, the Penguins do it right.
They do.
Mike, over in football, Calvin Austin III is eligible to return from IR. Calvin Austin III. We now have our quarterback. We have Calvin Austin III due to come back. We have possibly TJ Watt next weekend. So maybe, just maybe, we might start to get a little turnaround. Again, I'm seeing a couple wins where we might not have had them in the past month. I'm not saying we're going to do amazing. I'm not saying we're going to go on an amazing streak and beat all these good teams. We're not. It's just, it doesn't work like that. However, I do think that we're going to win a couple of games that you would have counted us out in the past, and hopefully we could build on those little steps and have somewhat of a respectable season. I say, let's go, Calvin Austin. I can't wait to see him at the field.
Me too. Because I saw yesterday he's off the IR, and there's 21 days they have to get him onto the active roster. Yeah. So I don't know if if they're making moves to get him, for this week's game or maybe next week's game, because they have 21 days to figure out what they're going to do with the roster. And Tomlin, was asked about Gunner's performance. He's like, we're not pleased with it. You fumbled the ball twice. He's like, you can't do that. In the NFL, if you're fumbling, twice in a season, that's a trend, and you don't like to see that. So would it surprise me, if they elevate Austin, and I don't know if they flat out cut Gunner, look to trade him, or do another roster move to get at the 53-man roster. But I really carrying like 6 or 7 wide receivers. If Austin comes back, I think it would be at 6 or at 7. Someone's going to have to go.
I tell you what, there's nothing more at this point in the year. I mean, obviously, you can't wait till TJ gets back. Me being a Pip guy, I can't wait to see Kenny play. But this is the other big one, Mike. Excuse me. I really, really, really am excited to see Calvin Austin III play.
Me too.
If he is kind of what they make him out to be. I mean, he's a Tyreek Hill kind of guy. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, Tyreek Hill leads the whole entire NFL in receiving yards. I mean, you get somebody like that, it should by default, improve your team, improve your roster. So I'm very excited, man. I really am. He's the one guy I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for preseason. And then I found out he wasn't playing preseason. And then I waited to the regular season. I found out he wasn't playing. So I truly, truly, truly am excited to see Calvin Austin III.
Me too. I like when they drafted him, and then you start reading all about him and hearing about him, and yeah, he runs like a 4.25 40, which is insane. It's insane. Who's that fast? So then just the things that you can do with it on offense with a guy like that.
Yeah.
Even if you just put him in there and have him just run downfield, run a little crossing route or something. That speed's going to open up so much space. Absolutely. Or even if they just have him on the punt return, okay, that's going to cause teams. Okay, this guy's he's fast. College, he showed he can be a returner. You got to worry about those fast, shifty guys as a returner. So he can cause some confusion for the other teams, and I hope we get him in there because the way Johnson and Claypool have played the past 2 weeks, we need all the help we can on offense at the receiver position.
And here's my thing, Mike. I don't think we're that far off. And let me explain why. Because the rest of the league isn't doing anything fantastic. You have Philadelphia, who's sitting there 4-0, maybe another team or two at 3-1. But it's still pretty much anybody's game. And again, do I see us winning a Super Bowl? I don't. I mean, come on, let's be honest. But at this point, the playing field's still pretty even. And if, like I said, if we could somehow get this this energy back on the defense with a Watt return and keep the energy on the offense with the Kenny, and like I said, you get a new exciting player back like Austin. You start winning a couple of games here and there, and you're still in the mix because again, nobody's pulling away. Nobody in the division's pulling away. We're literally one game behind the rest of the teams in the division. One game, and we have to play every team in the division. Baltimore 2 more times. Bengals. So we have ample time. There's still 13 games, which is 14 weeks with the bye. So I just can't see Coach Tallman. I can't see the Pittsburgh Steelers. I can't see their organization sitting on their hands for the next 4 months. But things do have to happen. Like you had made a very good point. These guys, they have to catch the football. That's Mitch, Kenny, Rudolph, fucking Santa Claus. You got to catch the fucking football. That's step one. We're not going to get too far if you guys don't fucking catch the football. And like I said, now with getting the ball down the field, throwing it down the field, that opens up the run game more. Like I said, you can start to see little things happening that might, again, Super Bowl. I don't think so. If I was a gambling man, I wouldn't put my money on the Steelers to win a Super Bowl this year. However, I think they will win some games. This next 4 is going to be tough. It's going to be a true test for this team, not only for Kenny Pickett. Of course, it is going to be a test for Kenny, but for this whole team in a game against Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Miami, and Philadelphia. It's a test of wills against this team. This team has to really figure out if they want to be a competitor this year or not. And there's a lot of things being said. Let's throw the season away. Let's try to get a good draft pick. There's people saying so many different things. But again, it's week by week, game by game, and it starts with Buffalo. I mean, if we could go up there and get a little confidence back, perhaps, maybe just maybe we could catch a tired Brady who's got personal situations going on, and he comes to Pittsburgh. Let's just say that he comes to Pittsburgh this one time and doesn't get it done. And then we got Miami, who again, they started out tough, but are they? Yeah, team expected to go deep into the playoffs. I don't think so. I don't think they have quite the experience yet. I know they have a couple of guys who do, but I don't see anybody running away. I think we have a chance to start building a little confidence. And like I said, as long as the rest of the league stinks, it's not that bad just yet. And it could be a lot worse.
It could be a lot worse. See, I'm a little bit more pessimistic than you when it comes to this team. Just it's because I'm not seeing it from a lot of the players that you want it to. Like on offense, Claypool and Johnson, like key drops, like that interception one. Throw could have been a lot better. The effort to make that catch from Claypool could have been a lot better. Claypool didn't do anything that game. He literally had 0 catches. I don't know what he did. I don't even know what he did. Johnson, he is what he is at this point. He's great route runner. Once the ball's in his hand, he's electrifying. He can make things happen. But
Pickett over 100 yards. That one snuck up on me. I noticed he had a couple really big, big, nice plays. Yeah. But he finished over 100. I was surprised.
Yeah. And To me,
Pickens, I'm sorry, did I Pickens?
you said Pickett.
I'm
Your boyfriend's on your mind. I get it. I get it.
It's true.
But no, like George is the number one receiver on this team. He's the most reliable, which is crazy to say.
Hell no!
Which is crazy to say. Yeah, I know.
I'm just catching up to the rest of the world. I'm sorry. Good.
But no, he's he's the best offensive player we have on the team. He's been the most most consistent, because when he's had opportunities he's had. But to me, once again, it's coming back to that offensive line. Last game, they was not their. They took a step back last week, but not a huge step back. But they can slowly improve. Our right guard, he's turning into a monster. He's just taking care of business. So, but really, it's just a waffling line for me. They're too inconsistent for me to get really optimistic, because we need the run game to go. And if they're not making the holes, and then Najee's not trusting what he's seeing, slow to get the hole, is he still hurt? That Lynch Frank injury in his foot isn't all the way back. So the running game, there's a lot of components there. I'd like to see Warren get some more touches back there. I don't want
I'd like to see Najee have a couple games where he actually looks like running is a possibility on his feet.
I heard he only has like 2 100-yard rushing games. 2.
Yeah.
2. That's not good. You use a first-round pick on him. He should be, if you're not getting 100 yards rushing, you should be getting 100 yards total offense every game.
Like I said, I think we're going to start to see that evolve.
I hope.
A bit because of the quarterback play. And like I said, what that does for the rest of the offense. I look for Freiermuth to have some big games. If these receivers could hold on to the ball, I could see the receivers having some good games. And like we were saying, I mean, the only way they're going to be able to consistently run better is if they can throw the ball better. So these things, they go hand in hand, and hopefully for the sake of the black and gold, it starts getting a little bit better.
I do,
Mike. I'm good.
I was just going to say real quick on that defensive side of the ball, I want to see some more of the younger guys on the D line.
Yeah,
like we know what Alulu is at this point. He's done.
He's old as say it. He's old as we are, for fuck's sake.
That's what it feels like. And his body's just so banged up, and and then I think you know how I feel about Cam, but objectively looking at it, Cam's not what he was last year. No, and he's not what he was in his prime. So he wasn't what he was in week 1. No, because Watt's not there. He can't. People, I was listening to the radio, like, oh, he's getting the double teams now because Watt's not there. It's like, have you watched the games? He's getting single blocked by people one arm, just going, okay, we're just going to push you downfield.
It's true.
I don't know if he has something going on, like health wise, like injury wise. He doesn't want to disclose. The team's not disclosing, but I think put him in like a rotation. Make him limit his snaps, man. Limit his snaps so he's fresh. If you need him in there, let's play Loudermilk. Let's play more of Leal. Let's get them going and see what happens, because we can't stop the run now. Might as well just throw whatever at the wall and see what sticks. See if the younger guys can make some plays.
The Steelers are 1-3 now in 3 of the last 4 seasons, Mike. 3 of the last 4 years, 3 of those, the Steelers have started 1-3. I'm not sure what the other one was. It was probably a 2-2, I'd imagine, but I don't know. But so I mean, we're in familiar territory, which isn't a good thing considering the playoffs and the seasons we've had the past 4 years. But they're sitting at 1-3. Here's a couple other interesting facts. This is the first time this weekend, Mike. We are 14-point underdogs to the Buffalo Bills. We're traveling up to Buffalo, fighting through the Bills Mafia. We're 14-point underdog. Now, this is the largest time since 1970, since the merger, the AFL-NFL merger in 1970. This is the largest dog we've been since 1970, with the exception of the 1 year. We were 13.5-point dogs, Super Bowl 30. against the powerful Dallas Cowboys in a game which we could have won. Neil O'Donnell, you know the rest. But this is the first time like we've ever been 14-point dogs since 1970.
That's nuts.
If anything, that would encourage me as a player.
Yeah.
I want to go out there and play harder and execute better and win because, you know, that's telling you fucking stink.
Yeah.
No?
If the wise guys don't think you're that good, you know,
And them, you know what? Them guys in Vegas, they know what the fuck they're talking about. A majority of the time, and again, I don't gamble, but I make observations. You know what? If they say that the over-under is 44, you better damn well believe that fucking score is going to be right around that 44.
Uh-huh.
Them guys in Vegas are very accurate. They know their shit. And, you know, and I think that's a little bit of a area of concern being that we are 14-point dogs.
I'm surprised it's that little.
Yeah, I know.
The way
they probably say, this is the Steelers. We can't even make them bigger dogs. This is all we can do because they're the Steelers, you know?
Yeah, it's shocking.
Like making the Yankees a big dog. You just can't.
Yeah.
You can't. They're the Yankees.
It was, you know, in that time, though, man, we've been blown out. There's a lot of games that we've been blown out in.
Absolutely.
So I just find that funny. But hey, stranger things have happened. Do I think we're going to cover? No. Do I think we're going to win? No. I could see a 2-touchdown difference in score. You know, I can see it losing by 10, losing by 14 in that range, just because, you know, we talked about the issues on defense, and now like I saw Terrell Edmonds is in concussion protocol.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. And
that hit was a banger, man.
Yeah, when he went out, man, that middle of the field became more and more open. More and more open. So I know a lot of Steeler fans don't like Terrell Edmonds, but he's improved every single year he's been on the team. And that's all you want out of a player. Just improve. Not everyone can be Carnell. Like, not everyone can be Troy Polamalu.
He, to me, is the equivalent of what Chris Hope was.
Yeah.
Remember Chris Hope was the safety opposite Troy Polamalu. Yeah. You just got to be a solid, strong. You have to be able to get up and stop the run, which is what he does. So I have no complaints. I mean, of course, you'd like to see him make bigger plays. However, that guy typically doesn't make those kind of bigger plays like people are wanting him to. That guy will pick up a fumble in the backfield off of a safety blitz and run it for a touchdown if you're looking for a big play. That guy will make a hit in the backfield. That guy will make a sack in the backfield, depending on the play. This guy isn't going to make many downfield interceptions, run it back for touchdowns. That's a free safety's job. That's what Minka does. That's what Minka does well.
Yep.
And this is what Terrell Edmonds does well as well, is he stops the run. That's what a good run stop safety does. I have no complaints with him. No,
because him and Minka, they have that chemistry together. They talked about it last season. Like the communication between them is great. It's half the time they probably don't even have to say anything to each other. They just give each other that look, that nod of like, yeah, I see it, you see it. All right, cool. So I think that's gonna be a bigger loss than we think.
Couple more Steeler related stories, then we'll get into some emails here. Kenny Pickett, Mike, here's one for you. I don't know if anybody knows this. I saw this late last night. When I seen it, I had to text Mike at work because I was hear me out. Kenny Pickett, the quarterback who came in the second half last week of the game. Of course, everybody knows this fella is now the team leader in touchdowns scored. The team leader in touchdowns scored. Now, I don't really, before Mike goes off and goes, you know, turns my head off, I don't really look at that as an amazing thing for Kenny. I look at that as a pathetic thing for the Steelers, just overall. Like I said, the guy, whether it be Kenny, whether it be whoever, he comes in and scores 2 touchdowns in a second half of one game, and he already has scored more touchdowns than everybody else who's played the first 3.5 games. I don't know why I'm so optimistic, Mike. Just all these things don't make sense for me to be optimistic. However, I just refuse. I refuse to sit here for the rest of this year and in the next year and think that this team has absolutely zero chance at anything. They're going to stink. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to deal with that. However, I'm not going to not watch my Steelers. So that's why I believe ultimately I am optimistic. But some of these red flags are they're big. They're big red flags.
But all I gotta say, there's lies, damn lies, and then statistics. Because Kenny Pickett has 2 touchdowns rushing. Mitch Trubisky has 2 touchdowns passing and 1 rushing. Now, I am no math major. I went to Kent State. So,
Right.
Kent
He
Reed,
threw
Kent
for
Wright,
those
Kent.
touchdowns. He
He
didn't
has
score
three
those
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
He still scored those touchdowns. He
Now,
still
the
helped score those
receiver would be
touchdowns.
the one that scores the touchdown, correct?
So like I said, lies, damn lies, and statistics. It's just, how can we make the narrative of Kenny, peace be upon
Well, that
him,
nobody
our Lord
else
and
scored as
Savior,
many touchdowns as he did.
Mitch Trubisky was a part of 3 touchdowns.
Well, he was a part, of course,
Yeah,
but the
so
receiver
this is
actually gets
all
the
just
touchdown.
it's all how you
That's not
phrase it. It's all how it's phrased.
No, it's not
It's
because
taking away.
Kenny's not scoring those touchdowns. He threw touchdown passes, which go on touchdown passes.
So those don't.
statistics.
But then they should go away then because he didn't score them.
No, he
score
didn't.
them.
You're right. They were touchdown passes.
But then they should not count
He threw
on
them.
it.
That's
Why
the
keep
If I
stats
throw
on
one to
touchdowns for
you and you
quarterbacks?
catch
He
it,
didn't do
you
it
get
then.
awarded the touchdown.
Yeah,
However, if I take the ball and move it across the line,
Yeah.
I get rewarded for the touchdown.
So why keep stats for quarterbacks throwing touchdowns then? Just get rid
Because
of it.
those are quarterback stats. Passing touchdowns, nobody else on the field could get that statistic. Just
Hey, all I'm saying is I'm looking right at the numbers. Mitch Trubisky accounted for 3 touchdowns. Kenny accounted for 2. But we got to phrase it. So the new rookie is looking better than everyone.
Now I think let me go back. Kenny Pickett is the team leader in touchdowns scored. Is the way that I phrased it. In touchdowns,
yeah, that's how it was phrased to make it sound better, to make it look better.
But that's what it is.
No, Mitch helped get 3
Mitch
touchdowns.
never took the ball over the line and scored those touchdowns. Those were throws. The receiver, he is awarded the touchdown score.
That's what I'm saying. The words are twisted to make him sound better than what
but
actually
there's no
is.
way that you could untwist the words to make it any different because, again, Trubisky didn't score the touchdowns.
But that's funny, though. I'm seeing stat lines, 69 completions, 653 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 8 sacks. So apparently we're just going to take those 2 away. They don't count.
They're passing touchdowns.
Passing touchdowns. So touchdowns don't count anymore if you're a quarterback.
Well, listen, when a guy throws a touchdown, the quarterback gets the passing touchdown and the receiver gets the touchdown scored.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like we have to say touchdown scored to make Kenny him bigger and better than what he actually is.
No,
that's all. That's all that everyone wants to do is make him bigger and better than what he is. That's fine.
Oh, now you're being silly.
No, I'm not. I am pointing out the fact that
you're being not crazy now.
Yeah,
crazy.
This is what Pitt supporters,
big
man,
crazy
to make them
you can be big crazy. Where is your name anyway? Every time I look at your screen, it gets more bare. There used to be your name. There used to be background. Now there's no name. Now there's no background. Okay. Anyway,
look, our names are back because I put it on there for the Two Dum Yinzers podcast comes on. We lose our name, so I just everyone needs to know what they're watching. Everyone knows I'm big sexy.
A lot of people in the DC area made a bit of a laughing thing of what happened in Washington and DC this weekend. Like they came out and they played in their Steeler uniforms. With the only thing different is this little red line that outlined the numbers.
Yeah, you can barely see.
You could barely see. They were black jerseys, black helmets, yellow number. I mean, this couldn't be any more similar, Mike, to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they're catching a lot of heat. They're saying, what the fuck is your alternative uniforms look just like the Steelers for?
They should catch a lot of heat for it. That's some major league BS right there.
Absolutely.
Those are.
Where are your fucking colors? These are fucking maroon and yellow since the day one, since 1933, for fuck's sake. Where are your fucking colors? Make a cool uniform out of that. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, embrace it. I hate Washington, the worst team ever.
2 more sports things. Well, man, we got so much here to still talk about, Mike. Gisele Bundchen, she hired her divorce lawyer, which ultimately I think it helped the Steelers. Giselle just might be a Yinzer after all, but she hired her divorce lawyers. Tom Brady was looking a little bit gray last week, a little bit human. I'm hoping that continues. I'm team go Giselle. Team Giselle.
Me too.
Finally,
go Giselle. Call me.
Finally, one more sports story. Aaron Judge hits a 60-second home run. He has passed Babe Ruth. He is now the all-time American League home run hitter with 62 home runs, passing Roger Maris at 61. Again, I don't know. I know that we keep congratulating him and Pujols because they're both amazing baseball players, which we don't have here in our home city. So,
no, we do not.
Congratulations, Mr. Judge. It was a great season. I heard nothing but good things about you, and maybe you can make some noise in the playoffs. Mike,
I like how. Real quick, I just like how Roger Maris his son said, Bond sees an asterisk, and this is the real record. Like, your dad was embarrassed by the asterisk by his name. Now you want to do that to someone else?
Yeah.
Go F yourself.
I did see that. Yeah.
I'm just so glad we no longer have to hear about this idiot who's only famous because of his dad. Thank Christ.
Yeah. Let's jump over to emails, Mike.
Yes.
Quite a few emails here I want to get through today. Okay. Where are we at? Okay, so I want to start off with the top one here, the one that has the word content in it, because it was my first thing I noticed this morning when I opened up the computer. So, big shout out to Cunt Day. Big shout out to Cunt Day. That was one of your best bits yet. Shout out to Cunt Day, Mike. Cunt Day was a hit.
It was a hit. It should have been a hit. It was a great episode.
Yeah. From Michael. Michael, is this you? Michael?
Could be.
My main concern with the Steelers, even with Kenny Pickett coming in, sparking the offense, when will the defense be sparked and improved? I don't know.
Well, once Watt comes back, let's be honest here. Like, God, he is that cog that drives that machine on defense. Without him, you see what happens. The only one who really has stayed consistent has been Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's the only one still making splash plays. 3 picks already. He's all over the field. He's saving touchdown tackles from when the defense gets gashed up front. So yeah,
he's everywhere. He's in every play.
Yeah. You lose your, the reigning defensive player of the year, the new sack king, Tide sack king. You're going to lose a lot. And
I wish my nickname was the Sack King. You know what I mean? So basically, I think what Mike's trying to say is hopefully in another week or two, when we get TJ back in the lineup, hopefully that will be something that can spark the defense to get back close to that level they played in the first game and what we expect from this defense.
Hopefully then, he'll be drawing double teams, and hopefully, no one else on the defensive line is really drawing double teams that much, but they're getting chipped here and there. This from blocking schemes, but hopefully that will open up just that. These guys are pros. You just need that, just a little bit of an opening to get to the quarterback. And last week, man, all we should have had so many sacks against the Jets, and they just wiggled out. When TJ's there, you never really noticed quarterbacks escaping his grasp.
No.
Once he tends to get, once he gets his hand on you, you're going down like at least 80 to 90% of the time.
Yes. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. AJ says, so Hit 'em Hard and Rock Solid Entertainment are the same group. They are the same group. We learned that on Friday when we talked to the guys before their big show. Prime came on and he told us that the Hit 'em Hard is that covers the music. Can you remember?
Yeah. Hit 'em Hard does the music, and Rock Solid is like the production side.
There you go.
Yeah, that's his production, and then Hit 'em Hard is like the actual it's the music.
So Hit 'em Hard is still a thing. Everybody keep checking them out. A lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah, always check them out. Good music. Good
music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 bros.
Bruh. Hold on. Bruh. bruh,
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 How many was
bruh,
that?
bruh. 16 bros.
bruh,
Bruh, bruh, bruh.
another one.
Another one.
Walt says, "Woohoo! The Bucks lose 100 games again. They should change their team name next season. I'm sure their performance is offensive to real Pirates."
I like it. He's my hero. F the Buccaneers.
Steph says, "Will you guys be talking about the Netflix show Dahmer anymore?" We will actually. I
Yes.
think maybe tomorrow. We'll call Allie. We'll see if we can get her to come on, and we'll talk some more. I've seen a couple episodes since last week, so I mean, if we could maybe touch on a little bit more, and then maybe
Yes.
next week we could round it out or something. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Steph, check us out. Watch tomorrow. I think we'll be talking some
Yes.
Dahmer.
I've caught up a bunch of episodes on Dahmer. I went back and watched the first couple again. Oh,
I'm on 5. I finished 5. I'm halfway
too.
through.
I think like last night I started to watch like 6, and like
Okay.
it's an hour episode, and I had to go to bed in 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
tells you how far into the episode I made it. But it's been
I've
so
done
good.
that a couple times as well. Finally, Karen
Hi,
says,
Karen.
"Ryan, you leave Big Sexy alone. I personally like the plain background in Mike's video frame. Mind your own business." Well, she told me.
She did, Karen. You just don't mess with Karen. She likes her big sexy.
She does like her big sexy. And that is the emails for the week, Mike. That is the emails for the week. Mike has his groupie.
Don't hate the play, I hate the game.
I think I seen her fighting with the manager at the grocery store yesterday.
Sure, it just wasn't the local crack addict.
Alan Jackson postpones his Pittsburgh concert, Mike. If you're an Alan Jackson fan, which I'm not, I'm sure he's totally fine, nothing wrong with him. I just don't do country music that much. Alan Jackson, if you had tickets or you were looking forward to it, his show was postponed. I don't have any dates at the moment. Whenever they release them, we'll be sure to let you know. Mike, a Pittsburgh engineer from Pittsburgh is to appear on Jeopardy.
Oh, awesome. Let's go.
Yeah. From the picture, it's a female. Hopefully she goes on her and does really well, man.
Hell yeah. Win one for the Berg. We need someone to win.
Ain't that the truth? Let's see. Let me go to this one. Local convenience store here in the Pittsburgh area got caught selling unlicensed illegal medical marijuana. So apparently you can go in all these gas station stores, convenience stores, and get your I don't know, how would you even categorize that, Mike? Like you get sometimes you get the
it's the legal weed. It's the it has that small percentage of THC in it.
Is that what it is? It's the percentage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is like a certain type of how they extract the THC or where they get it from.
Oh, okay. So somebody got it. And you had to see that coming. I mean, these things are popping up all over the place. Anywhere you go now in my hometown, they have a whole smoke section now. It's like a head shop in every store that you go into. I think it's pretty cool.
I love it.
I like that. Finally catching up with the rest of the world, man. Exactly. The thing about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's awesome, but there's a lot of things that we still are catching up. Have you noticed that?
We are like this whole area, even like the whole country's like behind the times.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Pittsburgh businesses in the cultural district might plan on moving due to the rising violence in the city, which is a shame because the cultural district is a really nice place to go. I go down there. I've seen plays. I've seen musicals. I really enjoy going to that part of the city. However, a lot of these businesses are moving out due to violence.
That sucks.
Yes, I agree, man.
It really does.
Here's one that's rather disturbing to me. In Pittsburgh here, a 15-year-old student allegedly raped a teacher inside a classroom.
Wow.
15-year-old student allegedly raped a teacher inside a classroom. Later goes on to say that
Damn.
the particular student did have mental issues, does have mental issues, had problems with the behavioral establishment that he was in the past. He has a lot of problems, but yeah, he did. He managed to rape a teacher in a classroom at 15 years old. Man, that's pretty.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up,
That's
man.
fucked up. It's no. Hopefully that that something like that happens. You need even though you have mental issues or whatever type of behavior, that does not excuse that behavior.
No,
it's disgusting.
A little lighter of a rape tale. Let me get you the next one.
Oh yeah, because there's the lighter ones.
Well, you'll see what I mean.
Oh God.
Florida man arrested for tranquilizing and raping alligators. I say at least he's tranquilizing him, the alligator. If you're going to rape an alligator, you might want to tranquilize. Again, I don't support, I don't encourage, but if this is going to be what you do to the alligators down in the Everglades, next time remember to tranquilize them.
Yeah, because if you don't, they would have, they would have.
I'd like to see the 15-year-old try to rape the alligator that hasn't been tranquilized.
Why are you making me laugh at that? Because that is kind of funny, the visual. Because I'm just picturing the alligators just ripping them limb to limb.
What are you going to do to me, man? We're taking you to Florida, man. Just sit back, shut up, relax.
Sit back and relax, man. We're going to introduce you to this guy. We're going to make sure yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I
like
hate
the Everglades.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore, okay? Just beam me up, Scotty.
Well, the next story, Amazon
doesn't get any better.
Driver was carjacked and shot at. They found the thieves, Mike. They found the thieves opening all the boxes in a nearby field. So a couple of people, apparently, it was more than one people because it says the thieves. Amazon delivery driver was carjacked and shot at, not shot, and the thieves were found opening all the boxes in a field.
Like, you don't have to shoot at me if you're going to rob me of the company
it's
truck. That's not my
shit.
merch. It's not my stuff. To say,
there's
hey,
insurance, I'm sure, on all this shit.
Here, just be
a
little careful.
To do with me.
Yeah, it slips when you go from neutral to drive, so be careful. Brakes are a little touchy. Everything else is good to go, man.
Vans are always banged up anyway. What the fuck are these guys hitting in them vans? I seen one the other day. Yesterday, the day before, the top of the van was all bad, like dented. And I thought, what the fuck did you hit to get the top of the van all fucked up like that?
Oh yeah, I thought everyone knew. Like Amazon, they have cameras in there that watch the drivers. To make sure they're just like this driving. Amazon's nuts when it comes to the way they treat their drivers. So this guy's probably like, hell yeah to steal this shit because F this company, or like I'm probably gonna get fired for this because I didn't risk my life.
Yeah. Hey, fire me. Elon Musk, Mike, offers to buy Twitter at the original price.
After it's tripled, or like the prices of the stock has gone up.
Yeah.
So
there's Elon. He's always up to something. I did see now. Remember last week we talked about the adult Happy Meals at McDonald's?
Yes.
They apparently are fucking adult Happy Meals. They're big boxes. They look like a Happy Meal. It's got the little case, the handle on the top. It's got kooky cartoon pictures. And I'm not sure what's in it, but I believe it's a larger fry, maybe a larger kind of sandwich. And you get the toys from back when we were kids. So it's almost this whole nostalgia going and getting that Happy Meal all over again. But as an adult, I like it. It's creative.
Me too. And I just want to know where I can find it somewhere. Because
I say, yeah, I'm about to do Happy Meal Day.
Me too. There's a. Oh, no way. The Cactus Plant Flea Market Big Mac box. And it looks like you get a Big Mac's of fried, the little handle, and they got the 4 little characters you can collect.
Wow, and it's a Big Mac and fry.
Yeah, Big Mac fries. 10.29 for a medium, or for medium, 10.88 for a large.
Hey, bad
In
because
our
there's a thing.
area.
You get the meal, and it's right around there anyway. So if you want a Big Mac meal, it's going to cost you about that. So
Hell yeah.
you know,
I'm all for it.
I like it. Like I said, that's
give me my Big
creative.
Mac. I
Kudos, because a lot of times you're sitting around talking about something, you say, man, I can imagine, I can't even imagine the room, these people sitting around, they
yeah.
come up with these idiotic ideas, and how there's always the people that think that these sound good. This is finally a good idea.
It is. I like it.
I like it a lot. One more thing before we get into our end show shenanigans. In the new Scooby-Doo movie, Mike, in the new Scooby-Doo movie, Velma is officially going to be a lesbian. Something that we thought might have been all along.
Yeah.
They are going to come out in the Scooby-Doo film called Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. And Velma is officially going to be a lesbian. I like it.
I like it. Like everyone's joked about it for like,
yeah.
As soon as you like become aware of like, oh, people I had like, like other people than what you thought when you were little. You go, oh, okay, that's cool. And then, oh yeah, she looks just like one.
I
the stereotypical
one that you would see get a little bit more, lesbian, and maybe the next movie could be a little,
I think you could find that one on Pornhub.
I think
I just can't wait for the backlash to come out. It's going to be it's going to
hey, that'll be material for about a month.
I love it.
Mike, why don't you go tell everybody about the website?
Head on over to 2dumyinzers.com. That's the number 2 dumyinzers.com. Head over there. We have links to everything that you need. There's links for YouTube, Spotify, Anchor. I think the Facebook page is on there, Twitter pages, Insta's pages are on there, links to the email, links to the merchandise store. Everything is there at 2dumyinzers.com.
There you have it, everybody. Check it out.
No.
Now, of course, today, Mike, we know it's still it's hump day. We're still in Buffalo Bill Week. So how well do we know our enemy? This question of the day is, of course, going to be a Buffalo Bills question. We've been on that theme all season, and it's not going to change today.
Let's do this.
You ready? Do you have your pencil?
I have my pencil.
All right.
As my kid says.
Here we go. In Super Bowl 25, Mike, in Super Bowl 25, the Buffalo Bills became the first team in Super Bowl history to lose by this amount of points.
Oh.
I'm looking for this amount of points. And go.
Did they oh, man. 25. Who did they play? They played the Redskins or the Cowboys or the Giants in that one. Oh, you're not even giving me a hint. Oh, dirty. You're an ass. Give me a hint.
So, to set the record straight, while the music is playing, I can't hear you. I can hear you, but I can't hear you. All I hear is trees rustling.
I was saying, like, who do they play? The Giants?
I'll give you a hint. You
Redskins?
Ready? So, in Super Bowl 25, the Bills became the first team in a Super Bowl history to lose by this amount of points. They played an NFC East team. Is your
It gives me 2.
All 3 of them, Mike. All 3 teams they played in their 4 years were all NFC East. They played the Giants, Redskins, Cowboys, Cowboys.
Yeah.
You want to take a stab at it?
Let's go 30.
30 points. So in Super Bowl 25, the Buffalo Bills became the first team in Super Bowl history to lose by this amount of points. Mike says 30. Is that your final answer?
Yeah. I can't remember.
All right, we're going to be locked in. I don't think Mike sounds too confident, but
I don't.
All right, so one more time. The question is, in Super Bowl 25, the Buffalo Bills became the first team in Super Bowl history to lose by this amount of points. Mike says 30, and that is Oh, so sorry. That is incorrect. The correct answer, Mike, the correct answer was Super Bowl 25 would have been the first one that they played in, which was a 20-19 score.
Oh, I lost by
Right.
1.
1 point. They were the first team in Super Bowl history to lose the Super Bowl by 1
The
point.
wide right. Wasn't that the wide right game, Scott Norwood?
It was the wide right game.
Fuck.
That was the close one. The following three, the Redskins, Cowboys were all blowouts. The first one was 20-19. So there you have it. Hey, that's all right though. You've been killing Buffalo.
I have, man. Because that was like you had to watch Buffalo growing up.
Absolutely,
they were there.
Yeah. But there you have it, everybody. Mike, do you have anything before we take off, man?
I got nothing other than Mitch Trubisky has 3 touchdowns.
There you have it, people.
It's greater than 2.
Remember, he's the one that talks about the skewed lines and everything. So there you have it. Take that information and make your own judgment, your own decision. But no, we want to thank you so much. Greatly. Please continue to keep checking us out. We are on every day during the week, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And also in the evenings. This show from that particular day goes up at 8 o'clock in the evening on Spotify and podcast form. So if you can't watch, you could always just listen. But hey, we do, like I said, we want to thank you so much for checking us out. We hope everybody has a great, fantastic day. Pirates lost 100. Everybody could everyone could breathe now. It happened. But hey, for Mike Ryan, the 2 Dum Yinzers, we'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.